That's right, bitches. Round 2. We make choices like that. If we were on a network, we would never just say, hey, can we do another hour? Yeah, let's do another fucking hour.
Yeah.
Why should we end this shit? This episodette, we'll call it an episodette, is brought to you by Ting. Ting, which is a mobile service. When are they going to stop calling them? They were trying to decide that recently, like why do people still call them cell phones and
It's
mobile
not cellular?
phones? They're all smart, though.
But mobile means like we can move it with it, right?
Yes, but it's so smart, it's not just mobile.
Like all phones are mobile now.
But if you have an iPhone, it's more than just...
Right. It's not just mobile.
If you have an iPhone 5, that's not just a mobile phone. That motherfucker is a computer in your pocket. You take pictures, make videos.
Yeah. So what do you think we should call it?
Better name than a smartphone.
Yeah. Some of the people in charge of names.
Come up with a better name, bitch.
Do your fucking job.
The point is, Ting has phones for sale, folks, okay? They use the Sprint backbone, and they rent time on it and then give you the same service that you would get if you had Sprint, but at a very reasonable rate. How reasonable? I'm glad you asked, Ari Shaffir. 98% of people would save money with Ting. That's a lot of goddamn people. That's almost like saying everybody. 98%?
Yeah, 98%.
There's just two fucking weirdos that somehow or another have strange data usage and they wouldn't save money. Ting has, the way Ting is set up is you only pay for what you use, which I think is what the whole world is going to have to do in the future. Because just like you used to have to pay for long distance if you called your friend in New York, you remember that?
Yeah.
That's just out the window now. They had to abandon
Canada still got that.
Canada still has that.
Yeah. I had a joke that didn't work.
Oh,
a homeless
really?
guy asking about his cell phone and saying it's not long distance. I'm like, wait, it's never long distance.
Oh, they
and
have
in
long
Canada, they're like,
distance.
what do you mean? What do you mean?
They also have socialized medicine. You got to take the good with the bad. Pros and cons, son. Pros and cons.
Yeah.
But what they do is they only charge you for what you use. So because of that, like you don't have like a lot of people they'll have a plan, 100 minutes or whatever the hell it is. And a lot of times you use way less than that, especially with phone calls. Who the fuck makes phone calls anymore? Or probably way less phone calls than you would just a few years ago because people text so much. But you oftentimes don't use all your minutes, but you don't get credit for those. And Ting used to do that.
No.
They used to give you credit, but now they said, you know what? We got a better way to do this. Just pay for what you fucking use.
Oh, really?
No early termination fees, no cancellation fees. Pay for what you use.
Yeah, you didn't use it. Why are you paying for it?
That's what I'm
why do you have
saying.
to guess ahead of time? It's in a game of spades.
Jesus fucking Christ. Someone get it right. They also have the best Android phones that you could buy. All the cool ones, all the fascinating new gadgets. They have the Samsung Galaxy S3. They have that Moto Max that we were talking about. They have that LG G Flex, Samsung Galaxy S5, Galaxy Note 3 is what I meant to say, and that HTC, the HTC One, the M8, which is pretty fucking slick. A lot of really cool shit. All the best and most groovy new cell phones. And if you use Rogan.ting.com, you can save yourself $25 off any new phone. Rogan.ting.com. All right, Ari Shaffir is here. This is what we call a podcastette.
Podcastette.
So we will do an abbreviated version of the commercials.
This, by the way,
Rogan.ting.com.
is the size of most people's whole podcast.
Fuck them. Fuck those people. Keep the music on, Jamie.
The 209, bro.
This is what happens when Brian's not here. The whole
209.
place goes to shit. Look at you showing Ting commercials.
Train by day, all
you
night.
Don't know
You train.
what the fuck
You
you're
train,
doing
and
now.
then the night comes, and you stop
Get it
training.
right. Get it right. Are you ready? Did you get it right?
The sound is all fucked up.
Oh, you're a mess. But can the folks hear us?
They can hear you.
Okay, well, we're
Okay.
done. We don't need that music. We already had the music once today.
Yeah.
We got greedy. Tried to double music it.
You can't
So-
do that. It's not a 2 for Tuesday.
Ari Shaffir has so many stories about China. We talked about so many other things besides the stories about China, which is how we have to keep going. So you were
yeah.
about to tell some crazy noodle story.
Oh, yeah. So they have these street meat, which is great.
This is Shanghai? That's
What was
me.
that?
I knocked into this table.
I was like, I sound like a fucking truck fell over outside. Yeah, Shanghai. But they were like, be careful. The meat's great. There's kebabs. You pick it up, they roast it, give it back to you. They 0.3, 2, whatever it is.
For how much money?
Yeah. You can get by with gesturing. I learned hello and thank you. Those are the only words I really knew.
Huh.
Ni hao and shashar. Shashar.
You know how I know that?
What?
Ni hao Kai Lan. It's a show my kids watch.
Really?
Kai Lan.
Oh,
Ni
wow.
hao Kai Lan. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, you knew it.
Ni hao.
That's crazy. You can learn stuff from TV.
Shusha.
Yeah.
So that's what you say? Shusha?
Shusha is like thank you.
Ah, okay.
It's also used some other way, but I don't know.
So how do you
Gesturing. I got sick at gesturing.
really?
Yeah. Except a couple times I would like be about to go into like a noodle store or something, like a shop, and I have to call my friend. They gave me burner phones, which was nice that I could use. And I was like, hey, how do you say noodles and how do you say beef? And they would tell me both words, and I would just go in. I'd be like, what was it? I forget now. Mian is noodles, and one of the guys from the Matrix movie was the word for beef. Who's the black guy from the Matrix?
Morpheus?
No, okay. What's the main guy from the what was his
Neo?
name? Neo, yeah.
Neo?
Yeah.
That's how you say beef?
Neo.
Meow.
Yeah.
Meow. And what's the other one? What's the noodles?
Mien.
Meow mien.
Yeah.
Did you say mien meow or neo mien?
I don't know, but I said that, and then they were like, they point to the fucking menu, like there's 18 things. I'm like, lady, come on. You can see me struggling with. If I'm foreign and I come in, I go beef noodle. Just pick something for him.
Listen to who's
Just
saying
pick
this.
something.
Listen to who's saying this. The amazing racist is saying this. Where if you would be like, learn the language, you fucks.
Yeah, those are parody sketches.
So true.
Yeah.
Of course, he doesn't really feel that way, ladies and gentlemen.
The comments on those are the best
So many
parts of
people
them.
got so angry at you for those.
The
dude.
comments are the
Oh,
best. Yeah.
Fools,
So mad.
fools.
They just argue back and forth. It still goes.
Angry fuckheads. So the noodles.
So they have these noodles, these street noodles you can get. And I was advised the first day, like, you don't want those. And why? Show me this video that I can send you right now. You can put up.
Okay.
But
Jesus Christ.
they are here. Put your email in here and then just send it to me.
You could just
Send it to yourself. But so to get the oil, what they would do is they would go to the sewer. They would take raw sewage out of the sewer and then boil it down the way they'd make wax, hash wax. They'd boil off the sewage, and whatever was left, that's cooking oil that they would use. It's super fucking harmful. And then sell to like a lot of the street noodle guys.
What?
Yeah, that face is what I made, that same face.
What?
They were cooking with sewer oil, bro. It was going around.
So it's not common, but it was possible. So it's not like that's the only way they do it.
No, but the street places were like, you run a risk here. It's cheaper oil.
Oh my god.
And they're just getting it from that source.
Oh my god. What is this? China's food production up close. Give me some gutter oil.
The making of gutter oil.
Give me some volume, Jamie. Jesus Christ.
It's all in a day's work for this woman. She opens up a manhole cover and scoops out as much slop as she can, delighted by what she finds. What others might view as revolting, she sees as a bonanza. She works in the streets of the southern Chinese city of Shenzhen, a foot soldier in China's so-called gutter oil industry.
I seriously almost threw up.
After more
The
than 10
slop
years
sound.
in
I just
business,
gagged.
She says she's made enough money to build a house for her family back in her home village a
People are
1,000
awful.
miles to the north.
People are just awful. She's scooping out
Her
sewer.
slop eventually winds up in a processing plant like this one, where it's combined with other animal fat refuse to create recycled cooking oil. Workers put the oil in barrels for delivery to restaurants
Somebody
and
call Anthony
hotels.
Bourdain.
How can you eat this? If you eat it, it can kill you.
Cooking oil has long been a cherished commodity in China, where stir-frying in a wok is the mainstay of daily meal preparation. The high profit margins from gutter oil production have proven irresistible. Chinese experts estimate that 1/10 of China's cooking oil is gutter oil, which has been found to contain carcinogens and other toxins harmful to humans.
Gee, you think?
Most of it
Shit
winds
water's
up in
bad for you.
hole-in-the-wall
Breaking
restaurants
news.
and among street food vendors.
Oh my
Illegal
god.
production
of
sites
it's
are
there.
often discovered after people living nearby notice a nauseating stench and
They're
alert
cooking
the
your shit in.
authorities.
That's where they're cooking your food in.
Police have arrested scores of people across the country in recent years for
pretty much all the
engaging
good
in
parts.
the trade and seized thousands of tons of the material.
Look at these guys fake
The Chinese
destroying
government
it.
enacted a tough food
chopping out a little
safety
bit.
law in 2009.
Barely swinging at it.
Included harsh penalties for producers of tainted products. But many consumers doubt that China's dinner tables can be completely free of gutter oil.
All we can do is accept it.
In our current society, everybody tries to swindle everybody else. There's nothing we can do about it.
Wow.
Yeah,
What
that's
the fuck?
disgusting.
What? That takes disgusting to a whole new level. I have never
when it was
almost
when you
thrown
when they were
up.
pouring it from the bucket and you hear that. Go get that sound bite.
No.
That's that part.
Dude, I almost threw up.
Ugh.
I had to look away. That's the first time I've ever had to look away on a show.
Really? Nice.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Because you knew where it's headed to someone's food.
Dude, I almost threw up watching that.
So I did not have any of the street noodles. I did have a lot of noodles though.
Oh my God. Street noodles. Motherfucker, man. But that you might have had some gutter oil.
Absolutely. I absolutely might have had some.
Oh, what the fuck, man. I would like to know if you had gutter oil.
I got to assume when I see that, when it
like
said
to
where
know.
it was, I'm like, I probably had some gutter oil.
I would like to know. How do you think we could find out? I wonder if you
My
could get
friend was
tested.
there, said it was like, yeah, I mean, I ate it for a little while. You know, I got a kick of eating it. This is way before the expose came out. He goes,
Yeah.
I had a lot of diarrhea. I mean, it was a lot.
Because you're eating shit.
Because you're eating someone else's shit.
Jesus Christ.
Like, yeah, we boil it. We put a flame under it. It's
You know
not
what
good
China
enough.
is to me? You know,
What?
with like when you see like the worst case scenarios about China and like that. Did you ever see that HBO documentary about them selling bait? I think it was HBO. They were selling children. Guys were selling like their 2-year-old children. This one boy was screaming because his dad sold his brother away.
Whoa.
Yeah, deep dark shit. And they were interviewing the guy who sold his kid, and he was like, "Look, I didn't have any money. I had a kid. I had to sell the kid."
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's really fucked up. I mean, really fucked up. But to me, when I see stuff like that, when I see that guy that was saying that people swindle people, when you see the whole gutter oil thing, it's like humanity. If shit gets bad. If people are in a bad spot, people go real bad. They go real bad.
They compartmentalize. They don't think, I'm not concerned with who gets this. Like, they just don't think about it. Like, I'm sure it's okay.
That lady was telling me, I bought a house.
Mm-hmm.
You bought a house by feeding people shit. How much shit did you have to shovel to get your house? And you have to continue shoveling shit in order to pay for that house. Like, I assume they have mortgages over there. Do they have
know what they
mortgages?
do.
She's not buying a house with cash, like showing up.
No,
Bitch.
I don't think so.
Big fucking stack of paper. Dude, that's insane.
That was pretty gross.
That's beyond gross. I almost threw up on a podcast. I've never done that before.
That plopping sound.
Dude, I hosted Fear Factor for 6 years. Okay, I've seen some shit. I'm not a regular person in that regard. I've seen more disgusting shit than almost any other person
Yeah.
who's a comedian.
Yeah. Up close and personal.
Right there, and helped people get through eating things.
you got
that
nauseous
should
from
never
that.
eat, and I got nauseous from that. Just I could smell the shit as she's scooping it up. And
That sound made it so descriptive.
yeah, the blop, blop, blop. I got that weird tingle in my throat.
I know what you
I
mean.
didn't think I could control it. Oh, what is horrible.
Yeah.
Brian
That's pretty
Callen
bad.
told me he was in China, and they were at a restaurant, and the restaurant had pigs underneath the restaurant.
Just
And
running around?
yeah, they were like in containers underneath the restaurant. And then they realized, his mom asked, and realized that when you shit, the shit was going down to where the pigs were. The pigs were eating your shit.
You human shit. Oh, gross. And then you're being
And then
served
you're eating the
that.
pigs. Motherfucker.
That's unfortunate.
You think? I mean, and they're doing it old school style. You're shitting in a hole. You're squatting like you were talking about in the first podcast
Yeah.
before this one, where you
That
talk.
old podcast we did.
Yeah, we
back.
did another podcast couple hours ago. Ari was talking about how you go into these bathrooms and there's a hole in the ground. That's your toilet. So underneath that hole, pigs.
Just
Just waiting for you to
really
shit
good
in their
impression,
mouths.
dude.
So fucking gross. But again, that's what happens when people when it goes bad.
Play that noise again, Jamie.
Don't do it.
Just play that noise alone.
Don't do it.
Just that part. Just cue it up in case we need it.
Oh, hurl.
Just cue it up in case we need it. It sounds like we do need it.
That plop, 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 plop.
They said the hashish in Hong Kong was cut with up to 25%.
Gutter oil?
Nope. Shoe polish.
Whoa.
It's too high a percentage for me. But there was some California weed there.
25% shoe
Up
polish.
to.
God damn. Just
Yeah.
because they wanted to make it bigger.
Make more.
God damn. That's so gross. It kind of looks like shoe polish.
Yeah, it does. So you can't really tell.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm
so
like, man, it's fucking me up. Like, yeah, it's not good weed.
Could you imagine?
It's just fucking you up.
What does hash cut with shoe polish smell like?
I don't know.
It's got to have a turpentine sort of a smell to it. You know that smell? You know those cans you'd open up your grandpa's shoe polish and you smell it? It's got
yeah.
those little, and it was like those little circular
Does
cans.
turpentine keep it moist or something?
I don't know. I'm saying
Yeah,
turpentine.
the circular ones. I know. We used to do
Yeah.
that. We used to shine our Shabbos shoes with those.
Yeah, spit on a rug.
Yeah.
And just rub it on there.
We had those brushes
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Or you can use an old schmata.
You see those guys at the airport now, like
Shoe shiners.
shoe shine guys, but you never see those anywhere else. It's the airport and that's it.
They
I
come
guess-
around businesses sometimes.
In New York.
They'll go door in DC too. This
Really?
guy used to come to our law firm. He would go to each business once a week.
Have you ever seen one in LA at a business? I mean, there must be some.
When am I in a business?
When are you in a business?
You know what I mean? In
You're
an office building.
Whenever you're in your fucking apartment, you're in a business. That's the beautiful thing about being a comic.
Yeah, I got some technically in my business
You're
right
in
now.
you're in the business of writing fucked up things down that will eventually become jokes.
Yeah,
That's a business. It might not be your business, but it's a fucking
get
business.
into bed,
Yeah.
turn the heat on,
That's business. I'm gonna beat off on myself and watch cartoons.
bring my computer with me,
That's
research.
a business.
This is right off time.
I'm hoping that in watching all this porn, I can come up with a joke about me watching
porn.
all this porn.
And if not, so be it.
Tough shit. Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about being a comic. Anything you're interested in, like anything you pursue online, could potentially be a
All
bit.
research.
Yeah, literally anything. Any idea that you read online that you find fascinating, you can find, if it strikes you, you can find a comic angle to it.
Wow. Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. Anything you care about enough to look at.
And it's almost like today we're spoiled because every day there's some new ridiculous story that goes on that could be like an awesome bit, and they just keep flying
They keep
by
coming
you.
at you.
There's
They
too
keep
many of
coming
them.
at you, and then you're like, "Oh no, guys, don't forget about the story because I'm already doing a bit about it."
Well, even if people forget about it, you can
just gotta
invigorate
remind
the
them.
idea. But the idea is that you forget about them because there's so many of them.
There's another one comes by.
I'm constantly retweeting things where I'm like, what? Like I'll retweet it and go, I got to write a bit about that, but it just goes by the wayside because there's just too much shit. There's so much. If you look online, like if you have a bunch of good Twitter feeds that you follow, you'll find some of the most ridiculous articles and stories. A guy got caught. A fucking American tourist got caught in a giant vagina statue in Germany.
Oh yeah,
they had to rescue him.
I saw the billboard for that. Another billboard preview. Nope. Headline.
Website.
Headline.
Something.
The headline.
Yeah.
Just the one word. The top of the website.
U.S. student is rescued from a giant vagina sculpture in Germany. You find it on my Twitter feed there.
Dude, they
young
laugh
Jamie.
at us at how stupid we are.
We're dumb as fuck.
They
Look
laugh
at this.
at us.
Look at this fucking giant vagina.
Oh,
which
he
is
went in
supposed
there?
To, yeah, he's got his legs trapped in there. Fucking idiot. The fireman had to come and get him out.
What did he step in and then couldn't
They should have just hacked his legs off with an axe. They should have came over.
left the
and
leg in there?
Just grabbed the axe, and he would have figured out a way to get out.
No! Wait, I'll work harder.
I'm sorry. I called 911.
Sorry,
Chop,
no one.
chop, hack, chop, chop. Ah!
Yeah.
Just let me try to get my right leg out. No.
No.
Chop, chop,
My right leg's not even stuck though. Let me just
Shut up. chop, chop. Yeah, the vagina sculpture. First of all, why do you have a vagina sculpture
Yeah.
in Germany, you fucking weirdos? Like, what is that
Come
about?
on, Germany.
Like,
I'd be
what,
Ozivik.
what an odd choice to have a fucking vagina sculpture.
Outside.
But meanwhile, vaginas are fucking super important.
And they're inviting.
Yeah, if it wasn't for vaginas, there'd really be no people.
Of course we're supposed to get inside it.
But isn't that funny that for whatever reason, like it's a bad thing to
Taboo.
have a vagina sculpture?
Taboo.
You can have a sculpture of a woman's face.
Yeah, that's okay.
No problem. No problem.
No
Nobody would
controversy.
complain.
No controversy.
Shoulders up to
Askew,
shoulders like this.
Showing the boob off.
Nah, boobs get tricky. People
Top
like
of
to
the
cover
boob.
those. They like
Yeah.
to cover the boobs. But as long as the boobs are colored and you're an angel, that's okay.
Oh, if you're an angel, forget about it.
You're an angel.
You need a thing like that in your town square.
But a vagina? We're not like that. It looks like a vagina too.
Yeah, it does.
If you scroll down, Jamie, there's a picture of this fucking poor slob with goofy glasses.
Yeah, this headline wasn't poor slob gets stuck in a statue.
Yeah, look at this.
Vagina statue.
What's that? Did you find the image?
I found the more photos of it.
Oh,
this,
nice.
This fucking crazy bitch got so far down and so stuffed into this thing that he couldn't move his legs. Like they had to figure out how to get him out of that thing. Don't play that. Just go to photos because this is the kind of shit that gets us kicked off of YouTube. There you go. There he is.
Oh, wow.
Look at this fuck. This is another one with his face. We should shame him.
So, oh, wow. So he fell over or something and then he couldn't.
Climbed in like an idiot and his legs got smushed. He got stuck. or it's a gag. It could be a stunt.
Okay, that looks pretty tight in his legs, though.
It does, but so does a heel
You always
hook
got to
that
put
you
everything
escape.
up like it's possible as a stunt.
Yeah, always. Looks like it. If I had to guess,
Looks like a stunt.
yeah,
You're saying not
22
stunt.
firefighters had to pry him open. Oh my God!
Wow.
22 firefighters. They probably all jerked off on him to lube it up.
Maybe that'd be great. That'd be great.
China, they'll imagine if there's only one way to do this. We got to jerk off on
The
you and
hard
lube up your
way.
legs.
That's the only way.
Lube up his legs. This fucking Americans. What does it feel like telling people in another country like China that you're American? Do they just go, oh,
Well, the other stuff like Chinese people, you didn't really talk too much.
you didn't talk to them much?
Barely. The only the ones that spoke English.
Did you hang out with your Chinese ladies?
Yeah, one.
Bum, 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 bum.
She was at this bar that I guess I performed at, or like right next door in this area. I thought she was in my show, but then later I wasn't positive.
Apparently, they have a thing, according to this guy who posted on the Rogan board.
What?
He lives in China. But
What
they
thing?
have a thing for people with big noses.
Oh, really?
White men with big noses. They go
Oh.
crazy for it.
Yeah,
'cause it
maybe
looks so
some people are
different.
like that.
Looks so different to them.
Yeah, she just sort of she didn't really talk English at all. But we just sort of like she knew a couple of words, but then you got a vibe. Still a vibe there.
So you kind of knew. Did you feel like you were like some crazy foreigner, like some savage from another land?
A little bit. Where it's like,
Yeah. Tell me more.
well, that's the area, but there's a lot of foreigners there.
Right. So they
In
get
that
used to
area,
it.
Lan Kwai Fong.
This guy on the Rogan board was saying, I should give the guy credit. He was saying that that these women
Yeah.
that like you'd have to tell them that you love them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but saying that you love, like saying that is different.
Doesn't mean not
Yeah.
committing to you forever. It just means I love you.
Well, it doesn't mean like what you think it means here. Like people say it all
Yeah,
the
there
time.
were differences like that.
Yeah, and then he was also saying that when you break up with them, they go fucking crazy. He was saying that he had a real problem with that.
When you break up and they go crazy?
Yeah, like suicidal or murderous.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his name is Ripple. That's the guy.
Wow.
It's a very long thread, and it's on the Rogan board. It's actually from July 23rd of 2010.
Oh.
So it's a 4-year-old thread, and it just recently got bumped up. Probably, I mean,
CDT'd?
maybe because of you being there.
Oh, really?
I'm
Huh, that's
wondering.
cool. Maybe.
Maybe I'm wondering, but it might just be coincidental. But either way, pretty interesting shit. This guy talking about his experiences being a white guy in China and just dating chicks. And he never was into Chinese chicks until he went to China. And then he got like super into them.
Oh, probably. You're
No,
there
it's
all the
got,
time.
like-
I mean,
it's got, like, a
they're
mad
not
fetish.
they're not fat. They're all real thin, like too thin almost.
Too thin.
Yeah, a lot of times like you gotta have some like meat on your bones.
No butt. Is that what you're trying
Oh
to say?
no, definitely no butt. No, butts were scarce.
That would be a problem.
A lot of barbecue chicken claws.
You know what this
Plenty
guy
of
was
those.
saying, though?
Not enough butts.
They
What?
that they what he calls McTits. He said that though the Chinese people that lived there that ate McDonald's grew tits.
Wow, because of all the hormones they shot into it. Fuck.
He said those were the ones. I mean, it was like one of his things that they were saying.
Wow.
The McTits theory.
Yeah, some have like nice B cups,
Ah, nice B cup.
but nothing crazy. McTits, that's funny.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
Uh-huh.
That the ones who ate a lot of McDonald's food. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so hilarious. It's his McTits theory that the foreigners have formulated over
McTits
there.
theory of body type.
Wow, isn't that crazy? But if they live off McDonald's, they have tits. But he was saying that they mistake 40-year-olds for 30-year-olds or younger. And
Yeah, I think I've heard some of them are like they're looking. Well, a lot of times they're also like immigrant workers that when they get off, they're just looking to fuck. They're just looking to have a good time. I mean, I've never seen anybody party like that. On Sundays they get off and they have very little rights, but Sundays they don't work.
Really?
And they just fill up the markets and they all dance. They're all like line dancing together
Whoa,
by the bay.
achy breaky heart
Drinking,
style?
yeah, also, but like the Chinese music, but absolutely, they just know their things. They party like they are free
For one day.
for one day.
Wow, that's interesting. So do you think they're all bottled up and then they get that one
Yeah.
day so they just enjoy
They're
the
like,
fuck
we're
out
gonna
of it?
enjoy this. We're gonna enjoy our day off. No one's taking a staycation. Let's all get out there.
Some comics have days
Barbecues.
off all the time and they get super lazy
Yeah.
and forget to appreciate those days off.
You get used to it.
You know, Eddie Bravo always talks about that. Eddie Bravo always talks about like learning to appreciate life. Like that sometimes in the middle of it, it's really difficult to appreciate it. And that you got to like force yourself to like really
Appreciate it.
really step back and appreciate how awesome this is.
Yeah, once in a while I'll get a new comic. They'll be like genuinely like, man, you got your name on the wall at the Comedy Store. That's so cool. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I mean, I guess so.
Did they take my name down?
No.
They don't take names down?
No, they don't take names down.
They should. It's a lot of names they should take down.
Yeah. That's true.
It's a bunch of fucking names where you go, come on, man. That dude's got his name up there? Fuck out of here. If they would take those names down, I wouldn't be mad if they took mine down.
Right. Like, you gotta get off.
You could take mine down. Well, you could take mine down anyway.
Dom is up there twice.
Is he really?
Yeah, they thought he slipped through the cracks, and they put him up another time, and then he didn't slip through the cracks. But that's how lazy they are about not taking names down.
Wow.
His name's up twice. I'm like, oh, I guess it's up there.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So what if someone did something terrible? Like, what about that comic that was like a rapist? Remember that comic that was a rapist? He was going to colleges and he was
Nope. Name stays up.
Wow. Is his name up there?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know if he was a
I don't
regular
think he
at the
was a
store.
paid regular. But
I would have heard that if he was. Somebody would have run into him.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Oh, fuck. I had his name on the tips of my tongue.
Yeah, that guy's in jail forever, right? He's in jail for a long
Wild.
fucking time.
Lot of rapes. Lot of rapes.
And he would say like creepy religious shit to them, like pray for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's tell him to pray
Vince
for
Champ?
That's it.
There it is.
Yeah.
Thanks, tip of tongue.
I remember not knowing who that guy was, but the people that did know who that guy was were like, oh, I could see that. I'm like, ooh.
Adam Richman just got acquitted.
Adam Richman, the food guy?
No. No. It's a comic.
Oh, my God. Who's Adam Richman?
It's a comic.
Scared the shit out of me. I don't know why. I'm scared of the food guy getting raped
Yeah.
or raping. What happened?
It was something in Minneapolis.
Ooh.
Yeah, with a waitress.
Someone accused him.
Waitress.
Who do you believe?
Well, a lot of people find Adam Richman annoying. So a lot of the comedy community was like, I could see. I'm like, that's not equal to sexual assault. Annoying is not the same as sexual assault.
Right, but isn't annoying a sign of being a clueless fuck? And isn't
Yeah.
a clueless fuck a sign of being selfish? And isn't being selfish the type of person? He's a fucking...
Yeah. He's also drunk, and he said he was getting aggressive to the cops. He said I was getting a little aggressive. And then they have like some 911 footage, like video, like not video, audio of him like her going, put your fucking dick away. Put your dick away. Get out of here. But acquitted.
Wow. And what did he do? Well, who cares? What are we, fucking TMZ?
Yeah.
But you know what, man? There's a real problem when you have sexual urges,
Yeah.
idiots, and alcohol. All those things
Alcohol
together
adds to it. Yeah.
adds to it. But also being an idiot. You know, you're not a sexual assaulter.
Yeah.
You wouldn't... You know, you wouldn't hold someone down and do something creepy to them if you were drunk. That
One
has
time
to
I was
be...
drunk making out with Amy Kerfer in college, just a friend.
Yeah.
We were just kissing and stuff. And I was like, come on, trying to get in her pants. And she goes, no. Like kissing was as far as it was going to go.
Right.
And I was like, come on. She's like, no, come on, stop. And then I got up to like, as a joke, to like lock the door. Like, hey, locking the door. We're doing this. And then as soon as I locked the door, I took one step back. I'm like, oh, this seems... Oh, yeah.
Right.
Unlock the door, open it up. This seems way
Yeah,
wrong.
it's not even funny.
Yeah. It's like, yeah.
But we've all been in that situation where a girl's like, no, and you're like, please.
Yeah, but what about please?
Yeah, but it doesn't work sometimes. Some guys are assholes.
What do you mean it doesn't work sometimes? It never works to beg for pussy.
Sometimes it does.
Oh, and they
You
just give
never
it to you out
know.
of... Have you ever heard of the
That's the
sympathy
greatest
hand
thing of all
job?
time. When a girl says, okay.
Oh, yeah.
You're like,
Thank
yes!
you. Finally, we can stop
Fuck
fighting.
yeah. Woo! Okay, but only put it in my ass. What?
What?
I've been blessed by the gods. Yeah, but you add like idiocy,
Yeah.
sexual urges, and alcohol is a fucking terrible
It's a bad
terrible combination.
combination.
But it's everywhere. That's the weirdest thing about people. It's like the worst combination of drugs to dating is what you get. I mean, good in that it's a social lubricant. People relax, have a couple drinks, it loosens up the vibe.
Yeah.
You might get a little loose and silly and have fun and be more likely to fool around. But not, you know, at a certain point, you got to realize that that's not everybody. It's like we were talking about earlier in the podcast that I don't know what happens to some people when they drink, but I've seen it.
Yeah, you see it.
Yeah, you've seen that switch that
see
goes
it.
off and they're not there anymore. It's not you. You don't do that. I don't do that. But we all know guys who do that.
Yeah, one of them's got a portrait in the bathroom.
Yeah, maybe it's 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it is. When you see that, man, you know that guy
funny.
shouldn't be drinking
But he shouldn't
booze
be.
around women if he has a sexual urge, because it's just going to be a disaster.
Yeah.
But that's the drug of choice. That's what you get. If you go to a bar, you don't get an option. Hey, you can
sucks
sit
to be
here.
a woman.
You can take ecstasy. Yeah, fuck yeah. Can you imagine being a chick and dudes are trying to drug you?
Oh.
How many girls have you talked to that have been roofied?
Oh.
A lot, right?
Yeah, all the ones I hung out with. No, I don't know. A lot.
Well, the ones I roofied, but that doesn't count. 'Cause those fucking bitches had it
A
coming.
lot of them wouldn't drink it. So, the stats are all skewed.
Wasn't Bill Cosby in trouble for some shit like that?
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah,
Dr. Cosby?
yeah, Bill Cosby.
Second only to Martin Luther King, an important black man?
Not really. Bill Cosby sexual assault allegations. Why doesn't anyone care about the sexual assault allegations against Bill Cosby?
Those allegations,
Wow.
people agree that like once someone's famous enough, we're just not going to care.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, who the fuck knows it's true? It also could be just, it's who knows.
There was a girl at
man.
the Comedy Store who claimed somebody raped her, and one of the door guys, and it got really weird for a while because you don't really know who to believe. But at the same time,
Right.
it's like this is bad. You're not going to come out vehemently on the side of the door guy. You might be like, I'm not going to get involved. And then a few months later, she accused someone else of raping her. And then like 8 months after that, she accused a third person of raping her. I was like, why do you keep hanging out at the rape house? I'm starting to believe that maybe none of this happened.
Yeah. Well, that was the girl who claimed that Mike Tyson raped her.
Yeah.
She had made a false allegation when
Earlier.
she was 18 about another guy.
I think you did too. Michael Tyson that wasn't a good conviction.
He probably did a bunch of bad shit.
Yeah,
but in
to
that
someone else.
situation,
Yeah.
it seemed like that girl went back up to his room wanting to fuck. She took her panty liner off. I don't know what happened. I don't want to speculate because I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, you weren't that.
But there's a lot of shit going on when you have someone who's got a false allegation. It's like the problem is
Those Duke players, they
it's
all lost their
way
season.
worse. It's way worse to rape someone than it is to falsely accuse someone of rape. In my
Yeah.
opinion, it's worse because the rape is a violent crime. Falsely accusing someone of rape, although horrific, in my idea, my hierarchy of crimes
Yeah.
is slightly lower.
What if the same amount of violence happened to you because of?
Then it's the same crime. Like if you go to jail and then guys rape you because you
But I mean, if
didn't really rape a
the
girl.
punishment for rape is a just punishment, if it's like okay, that's about right, like the 8 months for purse snatching, I'm like that's too much.
Whoa, hold on. 13 women
Said
have
Cosby
accused Bill Cosby of drugging them.
with what? Pudding pops.
Jello pudding. Oh my God.
13. That's a lot.
This is insane.
Where there's smoke, there's 13 fires.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, who knows what the fuck happened, but, and I don't want to be callous about it. I'm just saying who knows because I don't know, but that don't look good.
Be Calin about it.
Brian?
Yeah. Go. Bill Cosby's cock glistened.
Do you understand?
Glistened in the sun. Hawks would land on it.
Comes out. I mean, it just makes its own roofies. You don't even understand. They weren't drugged. They were fucked to sleep. It's a different thing.
You're being Calin about it. Calin. I like that.
That's what he would say, right?
Yeah.
Joey Diaz would probably say a similar thing. Bill Cosby ain't drugging any of those bitches. He just gives them that sweet, thick, that candy Jello pudding covered pop. Yeah, that's not a good number. I almost saw him recently.
13's a lot.
I went
Really?
to, they were telling everybody keeps telling me you got to go see him live.
You had to be there for experience of like it was fun and like childhood. Like
Well, also they say he's really good.
people were shitting on his special, and people were like, "How can you shit on his special? He's a legend." Like because we're not shitting on his legacy. We're shitting on this one special.
Yeah,
That's how you can say everything he does is good now.
he's definitely he's definitely a great artist as
Yeah.
far as like the bulk of his stand-up comedy history. He's
Yeah, he's a million right now. So it's
Great.
like, who cares? He's not perfect.
He's a great comedian for the longest time.
Yeah.
I didn't watch his new one though. I watched a little bit of it on Comedy Central, and I never got a chance to see it in Vegas. I was with too many
I
people.
was too scared.
Scared to go see it live
To watch the Comedy Central thing.
because you'd hate it.
I got enough respect for him. I don't need to watch it.
Yeah, but do you have more or less respect for him if he drugged 14 chicks? That seems like if his special sucks, that's not nearly as disappointing.
It's like you got to be more honest on stage. If that's what you're gonna really do, you got to deal with that from your act.
Could you imagine if like he's like this squeaky clean
And it's
guy, but what
super
he's really
filthy
doing just dirty
in life.
drugging chicks and
Like that Price is Right guy? Not Price is Right. What show is that? Family Feud.
what did he do?
The High 8 cameras. Wasn't that the movie High 8?
Oh no. Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah, Hogan's
Yeah,
Heroes.
yeah. The other guy who was on Hogan's Heroes was the host of Family Feud.
Oh, went on to it.
Remember?
Okay, yeah.
Survey says the British
Ray
guy.
Combs, yeah.
No, before him.
Oh,
the
really?
British guy. Yeah,
I don't remember. Oh, yeah, I remember that guy. He
Right?
was the original guy.
yeah. He was the original guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Who the fuck
I don't
was
know what
that?
his name is.
What was that dude's name, Jamie?
Dawson.
Richard Dawson.
Richard Dawson.
Richard Dawson.
He'd always kiss the fucking ladies.
Yeah. Remember, he was in Hogan's Heroes.
That's why he kissed ladies, because he was such a fucking horn dog.
They were just fucking
As
up a
evidence from
storm.
that movie.
That's him. That's him.
Yeah.
Richard Dawson.
And he's a
Survey
British
says.
POW.
Yeah.
It says.
That's
Yeah.
right. Look at him slinging dick with that fucking beautiful vest on.
I got a suit made with a 3-piece like
I
that.
saw you. I retweeted it. Your pimp ass photos from. No, I retweeted you poking
Bruce Lee
in
one.
the dick.
Yeah, that one got the most like favorites I've ever gotten. He retweeted that.
What were you doing to his dick?
It was
Doing
like doing
karate
like
on him?
crutch. Yeah, and I just like angled it. So I was like right in his dick.
That's in Hong Kong.
That was in Hong Kong.
Is he like the biggest star to ever come out of Hong Kong? Like international.
I gotta believe so.
Imagine the other Chinese dudes like, what the fuck do I have to do? This doesn't make
I
any
do
sense.
karate, too.
2 guys ever, Jet Li and him. That's it? That's it? Oh, Jackie Chan. Whatever. 3 guys.
Some guy's like, I invented tables. I can't get a fucking footnote.
Oh, look at you. Ballin'.
Yeah, those are the guys who made it.
How long did that take?
You go once, they measure you. You pick out a fabric, they measure you. Rhodes told me about it. They love him. His headshot's on the wall there.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that guy's been there for 30 years, Rocky, the guy on the left.
Wow. Your left or his?
Yeah, that guy. The
guy in the
Indian
blue
guy.
shirt.
Yeah,
Rocky.
yeah,
30 years.
yeah.
How old is he? Looks like he's 80.
He's like 60-something.
So he's been there since he was 30.
Yeah. His son's there.
Wow.
And that other guy has been doing tailoring for like 45 years. Yeah, they pick out a fabric, they measure you, and then you come back the next day to measure it on your body, like see what they got to take in and stuff, and then you come back a couple days later, pick up your suit.
That's what they did for me for the UFC. All
Oh,
those
the UFC
clothes-
finally told you like we're gonna do this for you.
Yeah, they gave up on me.
Handmade suit? They just made it for
Yeah.
you? Great.
They
Won't fit better than that.
It's kind of tight.
It is?
Yeah, I stopped wearing the jacket. The jacket was
Oh.
too much. I'm just they don't make them for chimpanzees.
Oh, right.
They make them for regular people.
You can get it made for your
built wrong.
your fucking
Doesn't work.
garbage can
Doesn't work.
body type.
Garbage can. It doesn't work. The jacket doesn't work. The clothes work fine, although they're a little tight. It's weird. It's like a stretchy fabric, so it doesn't feel bad that it's tight.
Yeah.
It moves real good, but
Wow.
it's like that. There's like a slim look that people wearing these days. Slim, trimmed, sort of.
I pass those people
Clothes.
in like the Lower East Side. I'm like, God damn it, you look good. And those suits, like with the one button, and like, fuck,
Yeah.
black men and like fucking cool
Slick.
suits. Like, Jesus.
Slick suits. Chicks
Yeah.
do that shit. Walking around with those stupid shoes on. They like it.
Oh, yeah, the stupid
Commitment.
shoes.
Slippery.
Uncomfortable, slippery shoes.
Oh, this is so ridiculous. They try to get me to wear those.
The slippery shoes?
I'm like, bitch. I'm
Like,
not
wow,
wearing
you never
those.
even film my feet. I should wear sneakers. You should wear ratty Chuck Taylors.
Good move.
Yeah.
Should, but and occasionally they see my feet. So I
Wow.
can't do that.
I think show you
It's-
from
it
the
looks,
bottom
it
up.
look like I'm trying too hard.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
if you're a comedian, you wear Chuck Taylors with a nice suit.
Jordan Rubin.
But it's like you're being a comedian.
Right.
You're trying too hard. You're like, look, I'm wacky. I'm a wacky guy. I had a meeting with a dude once. There was a time, I don't know if I told you the story. There's a time where they were giving out development deals like fucking
Left and right.
crazy. Left and right. Mad money for comedians and more importantly for writers.
Yeah.
And this one guy was a writer. He was a writer on like Friends. And he got a crazy deal, and it was with like I think it was Michael Eisner's company.
Wow.
Remember he had some company? Remember?
Huge amount of money and an office, and they say, we got you for 2 years. Give us some ideas.
Yeah, and so I had a development deal with Fox at the
Yeah.
time. So they wanted me to meet with this cat. So I met with this guy to work on a sitcom. This is post News Radio. Right after News Radio ended, I got this development deal.
When you're done with this, you got to tell another story.
So I go, tell another story?
Yeah.
Okay. You going to tell me what it is? You writing it down?
Yeah.
Okay. So I go, you freaked me out. What was I talking about?
You got this development deal.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I go in this guy's office, and they gave him this giant fucking development deal. They're telling me how amazing he is. One of the writers on Friends. This guy's incredible. Turns out he was actually a partner of a funny guy, and he was the guy who would write shit down. And there was like a 2-guy team, and this guy got a development deal, but he was horrible.
Wow.
So I go in to meet with him, and he's wearing bowling shoes, and I look down, I see those bowling shoes.
Why?
And I
Just
go,
at work?
Oh, he's a wacky guy who wears bowling shoes because he's silly. Don't you get it? So this guy's like talking to me about plots and this and that, and I'm looking at his bowling shoes.
You silly, silly mother.
And I got out of there.
Silly.
And Sussman said the same thing to me. He goes, "You see his shoes?" He goes, "He's wearing bowling shoes." And I go, "Yeah, what's up with that?" He goes, "He's trying to wants you to think he's wacky."
Oh, who likes wacky?
He's a wacky guy. Because he was thinking like that's how you become a funny guy. You got to walk around with bowling shoes on. The script that he wrote was such a massive hunk of shit.
Really?
Oh my
Turd
goodness!
Central?
It was about an immortal guy who banged chicks. He like got cursed in Egypt and banged chicks through the end of time, like to the future, and had all these sexual dilemmas. It was like
Weird.
It was so bad. It didn't make any sense. It was like you would read it and you would go, "Who could have thought this was funny?" I was in the office with the Fox people when they brought it to me, and they have this like, did you read it? And so we have this meeting. I go, yeah. Did you read it? And they go, yeah. I go, I fucking told you. I told you. And they're like, well, I mean, it's important. What he's really good at is story structure. I go, what the fuck do you mean by that? You just said nonsense. What he's really good is story structure.
On a sitcom?
The idea is that like maybe you comedians know how to make things laugh. Make people laugh, but what you don't know is how to structure a story.
Like nobody really cares about the structuring the story.
When they say stuff like that, like story structure, you know what they're just saying words that sound
You
right.
probably won't know what this means, so I'll just say it so you won't argue with me.
Well, there's guys who know how to write movies or books that are
really
good
plot
at story
Sure,
structure.
Yeah, the guys who write 24.
Yeah.
That's hard as shit.
Hard as shit. Really good at structuring stories. They spend a ton of time on it. But a sitcom is about being funny. Stories are important, but funny stories are like Larry David was the master of that, because he knew how to make a funny, through line. It's funny. The idea itself is hilarious.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I went up for an audition for some part. I told you this, but I read it, some best friend character. And the casting director was like, okay, that was good. My only note, you didn't do any of the lines.
You told me this.
And I was like, oh yeah, those lines are terrible. I cannot do those.
I was supposed to go out for that same role.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I read it and I was like, get the fuck out of here. They're making a big push through the comedian community.
Yeah.
It got to me and I was like, because I'm not completely out of the loop. I don't audition for things.
But sometimes
I don't want to act. I don't have any desire. So when it comes to me, it's coming to me completely out of the blue. Like I don't put myself out in that world. The only person I've ever acted with is Kevin James because we're friends in the last decade plus. Yeah. So I was like, well, maybe it's just really good.
And you read it, and it's like, it ain't good.
And then I heard what you did, and I was like, that's how to handle it.
I asked my manager, like, hey, I said yes before I read it. So now, can I just fuck around, have fun, or should I just not go? Like, how do you want me to handle it? I don't want to get you in trouble with the casting director. She goes, Ari, I'm never going to tell you not to do what you want to do.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah.
It's a good agent. Yeah, but that's how you make a piece of shit sitcom. You just wonder how you take a funny guy and make a fucking terrible sitcom with him.
So hook him up with some shitty writer who just whips it out in a week, who doesn't care about it at all.
Some dickhead wearing bowling shoes, thinking he's wacky. Well, that's the beautiful thing about being a comic, about detaching yourself from that ridiculous system. Like, for the longest time, we were all taught that we had to get a sitcom. What you want to do...
You have to get a sitcom. Yeah.
Put together an act. Get your 7 minutes together.
Even if you just want to go on the road, that's the only way you're going to go on the road and have a draw.
Put a sitcom together.
Yeah.
That was the thing, man. That's we always were taught that.
Yeah. And then suddenly you're like, I just lost faith in television.
Yeah.
Like, I stopped even caring. It was like a girl you're trying to fuck all the time. She doesn't want to fuck you. After a while, it's like, I'm not even mad at you. You're irrelevant. I just stopped thinking about you.
Well, one thing that I owe Dane Cook,
for
sure, is that Dane Cook inspired me to use social media more.
You could do this without the TV, the approval of some guy.
Well, he inspired me to use like social media in a promotion way. I never used it before, but I saw the results that he got, which were insanely good.
MySpace.
He got results from performances for sure, But he also got results because of the fact that he had so many MySpace friends.
Yeah, he
and
capitalized
gigs.
on those results of the shows. He capitalized so hard on them.
Yeah, fascinating. Completely fascinating. So that got me like really into MySpace, which got me really into Twitter, which got me. I'd always had a message board, but that's also when Brian and I started working together, and he started creating videos, and that also.
Oh yeah, message board was nice, but it's not the same.
But
It's
I
reaching out to everybody.
Yeah, it's not the same. That the message board is very exclusive.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, I shouldn't say exclusive, but limited.
But once you see, he
Awesome,
showed the way a
but
little bit, where it's like, guys, we don't need them anymore. We
Well-
can do some of it our own.
He was the first guy to break through, and when I saw it, I was looking at what he created by breaking through like that, and then I started seeing. I was like, ooh, there's going to come a point in time. Maybe it's now, maybe it's in the future, where all that's going to matter is how many people you can connect with online. Like whatever you can create. That people, whether it's one of those videos that Brian used to do, or whether it's a blog entry, or whether it's a stand-up comedy clip, or whether it's a podcast, which didn't even exist back then.
Yeah. By
You
the
know-
way, I have a podcast called Ari Shaffir Skeptic Tank.
Man, suck it!
Everyone should check it out. It's pretty fun.
But that was one of the things that led us to doing those Justin.tv, those Justin TV
those are the
things.
first kind of podcasts we did.
Uh-huh.
Just turn it on in the green room.
We used to do these. I used to have a thing that connected to my laptop that would like stream the internet from like a cell phone. It was a long time ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's how you got it? Oh, yeah. We didn't have Wi-Fi in like the Cobb's green room.
No, it was a long time
right.
ago. It was when cell phone data was first starting to making its way to laptops with like these little USB things, and then they started making some like ThinkPads, some certain cell phone or some certain laptops that had cellular connections built into them. So they had a Wi-Fi cellular data. Like I have an iPad that's a Verizon iPad. It's synced up to Verizon.
Yeah.
So even if there's no Wi-Fi, I
still
can
get on?
still get on.
Oh, wow.
And I could still like
Wow.
look at websites and shit like that. I love it. It's really cool. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It's way better than like trying to look at something on your phone. You can look at it on your iPad. It's like a real website. But back then, when we were in that room and we were streaming it from that little clunky USB thing that would stick in there. All started out because of Dane Cook. He wasn't
like,
doing
gotta do
that at the
something.
time. He wasn't doing that, but he did something online that I thought was extraordinary.
I tell comics too. I'm like, when they're like, "Oh, if I start a podcast, everyone's got a podcast. It's not going to be big."
So
It's
what?
like it might not be big, and it almost definitely won't. But keep doing things to move forward. You'll get a couple fans.
Yeah, but
It's
how
not
could you
gonna
say
make
it
you
when-
massive.
It could easily be big
Yeah,
if
it
it's
could.
good. The
It could.
beautiful thing about podcasts is that it's about merit. Like, look at Joey Diaz.
Yeah.
Perfect example. Joey Diaz is not famous for anything other than being awesome.
Yeah.
It all came from him being awesome. It didn't come from movies. It didn't come from TV shows.
Right.
It didn't come from anything else.
And he did a lot of those things.
Did all those things. Joey Diaz got famous from doing podcasts, from people realizing what a funny fucking
What a
guy
character
he is. Just from
Yeah.
being awesome. And that wasn't available, man.
Yeah.
When Dane Cook popped out of the scene, that was when I first became aware, like, whoa, the internet isn't just for looking at stuff, it's for putting stuff out.
I love it. You don't need anybody's approval
They
anymore.
don't need
you just do
shit.
your stuff. Give it to your fans. Give it to whoever.
They can't take that back.
Get it to them.
It's over. And the way we use it is very unique too, because we all support each other and we tweet each other shit and we pump each other up.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
do shows together, like you, me, Duncan Diaz, Red Band, Eddie Bravo. Everybody's all connected in this little thing, and because of that connection, it's like it makes like for an even bigger force, like an even bigger impact. Like
Yeah.
Tripoli's fucking CD was #2 on iTunes.
That was
man.
great.
It's
It was great. He was
insane.
so happy.
He was so happy.
Took the gun out of his mouth for like a week and a half.
Fuck yeah. Like
Yeah.
a whole week and a half.
Yeah. We're happy
He's
for
super
him.
happy. And also, he sees the light at the end of the tunnel. When something like
He's
that
like, oh,
happens.
finally, okay. I can get a little bit of like all
Fucking
right, people can
headline
like me.
all over the place on the road now. He did Edmonton. We did Edmonton the week before. He did the River Creek Casino with me. And then he went
did-
back and packed that comedy club the next week.
Yeah, I was wondering that the first couple times I did it with you, where it wasn't like the next week, but it was like within some time. And I'm like, well, let's call the club owner, make sure they're okay with it, because we already had this thing booked, But then a couple of them like, yeah, it's okay. And then you realize you're telling way more people.
Yeah.
And so a lot of those people will just come back.
And you're going to kill
Yeah.
in front of those 2,000 people at the River Cree, and they're going to tell we went to see this guy, Ari Shaffir. Holy shit, was he funny?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's at the comedy club
At a
next
club,
week.
if you get 30 people extra a show, they're like, thank you so much. Here's some extra money.
Yeah, they're so happy.
Yeah.
And a club like that consistently gets
Edmonton's a good room.
good people. Yeah, like Brian Callen
Common
was
strip,
there.
yeah.
We were on the plane, and Adam Hunter was there. Adam Hunter was
really?
there. Yeah, I was going up to Edmonton a couple of weeks ago, and I ran into Hunter on a plane.
Oh, that was for the hunting.
Yeah, the hunting.
Oh,
thing.
nice.
Yeah, and Hunter was up there doing that comedy club. Callan was there the week
The Hunter
before
was up
him.
there?
No, Adam Hunter.
Oh.
Adam Hunter, the
I was like,
comedian.
you just got the Hunter to do.
I had him
Yeah,
do
it's a good
5
club.
minutes. Yeah,
a good
I've
club.
heard it's a great club.
That's owned by the same people who talked me out of jail time at Mall of America.
Really?
Yeah.
They talked you out of it? They got you
Yeah, when I did the hide the edible there.
they allegedly wasn't really hide the edible, it was fake.
Yeah.
Right?
We're not on trial.
Dude, this is the internet. The government, man. I'm concerned. I'm concerned about the future. I had a conversation with someone about this today.
Yeah.
Someone who was talking about medical marijuana
Yeah.
and marijuana being legal in Colorado, and because I was just in
Legal.
Colorado.
Selling pop brownies in the Rockies game
Mm-hmm.
till the 4th inning.
Woo woo! Amazing, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that incredible?
So what did he say?
Worried about 2016.
Why?
Because of a couple things. The conversation went like this. We were talking about all this shit that's going down in Iraq. And I said that if Iraq gets really ugly and
Yeah.
things start happening, like really bad,
Yeah.
and then someone blames Obama and they blame Democrats and they blame weakness,
Oh, I see it switching over this time.
and then
People are dissatisfied with Obama, so Hillary doesn't have a chance.
then it could go Jeb Bush style.
Yeah.
And then it could go John
Real
Ashcroft
bad.
style. And then that same type of thinking is like Chris Christie style that tries to like medical marijuana will never be legal in my state. Marijuana will never be legal in my state. Children are losing. They're dying out there. Their fucking brains are rotting. Their feet are exploding
Feet are bound.
inside their shoes. Their dicks are falling off. These guys, they're all like in that sort of vein. Like when a Chris Christie in 2014 is spreading disinformation, is a guy who's like
What is he disinformation? What?
crazy shit about cannabis and the effects on the human brain.
I heard Nancy Grace has been super into pot for the last like 6 months.
Has she been?
Yeah, she got super. She loves doing pot. She smokes it constantly.
Just making that up?
Yeah, but maybe she might.
She's probably lighting up. She probably realized she's got to get out of that business. It's bad karma. She's in the business.
She keeps talking about the crime spree in Denver. The crime spree's here. Like, what are you talking
The
about?
crime spree is here. It's made its way to Florida.
What are you
directly
talking about?
proportion? They're this guy that I had this conversation with. The conversation was worried about what happens in 2016 because if 2016 snaps over and becomes super Republican, and then things sort of go in and
Yeah,
out.
pendulums.
Yeah, I mean, look, they had the 60s.
He's worried what will happen if we go super Republican.
Yeah. You had the 60s, and then you had the 70s, and you had 80s, which was Nancy Reagan, just say no. I mean, that's all within 2 decades. This is your brain on drugs. Remember all that shit?
Seems like when it snaps back harder. They
Hard.
don't go moderates. They go like hard. And then people are like, that doesn't work. They go super hard Democrat. Then go super. And then eventually one of them will just win.
Or
We're going to
the
have power to
aliens
outlaw the
land.
other one. They'll burn the
Aliens.
Reichstag. It'll be over. Or the aliens attack.
The aliens land. And then we
Yeah.
realize. Remember when Ronald Reagan said that?
What?
Do you never remember that? Ronald Reagan gave the speech that all the wacky UFO dudes always point to
What
as
was it?
evidence that the
Really?
alien invasion is imminent. It was Ronald Reagan talking about how quickly we would abandon our differences if we faced a threat from an alien world.
Yeah.
And when he said it, people were like, what the
Yeah.
fuck did you just say? Like, it is an interesting
You're
way.
like, there's no way he would say that other than if it was aliens.
Sort of. He was
Maybe.
putting things into perspective. I mean, it is kind of, we would realize that we are citizens of the world if we were facing a threat from another world. Mm-hmm. It would be us versus them. The ultimate us versus them.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be planet versus
Earthlings.
planet.
It's all-
Pull that up, Jamie, because it's quite
Gene
fascinating.
Roddenberry's view of the world later was like Earth comes together.
Yeah.
So it's a French region, but that's it.
Listen to this, though. It'll freak you out.
Perhaps we need some outside universal threat. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet, I ask you, is not an alien force already among us? What could be more alien to the universal aspirations of our peoples than war and the threat of war?
That's a great goddamn speech, by the way. Ronald Reagan was an old fuck, and he died confused and selling arms to Iran and allegedly forgetting about it.
He's one of the good Republicans, right? I don't know.
Depends on who you ask.
Yeah, I guess so.
Back then, he wasn't loved. I remember when I was a kid, when Ronald Reagan was president, people fucking hated him.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow.
They hated him, especially towards the end.
They hate all the guys, all the presidents. So
Jimmy
piss
Tingle?
somebody off.
Do you know who Jimmy Tingle is?
No.
Jimmy Tingle,
the political comic.
political comic. And back then in Boston, he was just starting to become political.
He was on a
It's
tape
in
of
the
like
80s. Yes.
expose at the Comedy Store. Not expose, but just like new comics. Here's that show's new comedy night. And Doug Benson was on it. Just eating it. It was hilarious. I mean, he was just starting. He was just starting.
How many days had he been into comedy? Like
Had
a
he been
year?
in?
Yeah, was it
He
a
must have
year,
just
2
moved.
ins? Oh, wow.
Less than a year.
Less than a year.
Yeah.
And he was on a tape?
Yeah, and then you got
So
Arsenio
ridiculous.
Hall because he's watching with Mitzi in the back. He goes, sometimes you just, I forget what he's something like along like, you just don't got it. Go home. Go home.
He said that
Something
about
like
Doug
that.
Benson?
Well, they cut it to make it seem like that. I don't know.
Wow, that's dark.
It was pretty funny.
But Jimmy Tingle had the best joke.
2020.
about-
That was 2020.
It was on 2020?
Yeah.
What was it about?
The Comedy Store.
Oh, it was just on the comedy.
And how Mitzi pats his people.
And Doug Benson was up there bombing on 2020.
I mean, he recovered. He recovered nicely.
Recovered very well.
Yeah.
He did very well.
But Jimmy Tingle was on there too.
Hey, if
As
I was
an example
on,
of someone who's a
I
little
would've
bit more.
eaten a plate of shit up there too. If
You would have
got
jumped
me,
at the chance to be on 2020 though.
sure, jumped
TV
at the
credit.
chance and ate a fat pile of shit.
Fat pile.
Jimmy Tingle had this great joke about when Ronald Reagan got in trouble for that. He was testifying in front of Congress, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
said, did you sell arms to Iran? And he was like, I do not recall.
That was
And
his
he
best
goes-
way of not lying.
And Tingle goes, Mr. President, when you sell arms to people who hate us, jot it down. He goes, write a note, put it on your refrigerator. It's like in that heavy Boston accent.
That's
it
funny.
was really funny. There's Jimmy Tingle.
There he is.
How many? He's got 1,536 tweets.
He's following 11,000 people.
More people should follow him. He's a funny fucking
He's
guy.
got more followers than followers.
There you go.
Oh, here's what I could tell you
Funny
to
comment.
say. Tell them the story of how you got that first development deal. What Sussman did.
Sussman's a wizard.
Yeah.
I had a development deal to do an offer to do a show on MTV.
And how much was that offer, Joe?
I don't remember. I don't really remember the money.
The story I heard, I think I remember it being like $500.
It wasn't much.
Where it's like a technical amount, but
yeah,
it wasn't like.
It wasn't much. It was somewhere around that. It wasn't much at all. It was like they give you money for a week to do this pilot. It was really cheap. And then if you did that pilot, you were locked up for like years. Like you locked up for like some long-term contract. So Sussman decided to take my tape and then he would send it out to all these different development companies.
I love this.
Like,
Such a fucking
NBC
Jew.
and CBS. Yeah, he's just a wizard when it comes to
I love
planning
it.
shit. So he sent this thing out and said, hey, this guy's about to sign a development deal for MTV. If you want to do something with him, you got to act now. So you create like this demand.
Hype.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, my phone was ringing off the hook. I had to leave my apartment. I couldn't stay in my house because people were calling me. They were sending me saying they're going to send a flight out for me.
Wow.
You're going to fly out of LA tonight and meet us or fly out of New York tonight, meet us in LA in the morning. And we have a 10 a.m. morning meeting with, this guy at this executive, this fucking network, this fucking thing. Like, it was craziness, right? So I talked to Sussman. Sussman goes, don't answer the phone. Just go to the pool hall. I'll call you there. I didn't even have a cell phone back then. No one had cell phones. This is 1993, right?
Yeah.
So I take off. I go to the pool, and within 2 days, it had just gotten completely crazy. And then I think like a couple days after that, I had a development deal with Disney. Disney won out, and the next thing you know, I was fucking flying out there and talking to
Flying to
these
LA.
guys. Yeah, flying to LA and talking to these people. Gary Valentine stayed in my hotel room with me because Gary was out
Really?
here. Yeah, Gary was out here huffing, and Kevin James had just won Last Comic Standing. So Kevin
James ever won Last Comic Standing.
not Last Comic Standing, excuse me, Star Search.
Star Search? Oh, wow.
Kevin won Star Search, so it was like a big deal. He was on Star Search. He definitely won a few rounds, whatever it was. Maybe he won it. I don't know. He was really good. Kevin James is a very underrated comic, very underrated stand-up. At the time, he was killing it, man. He was killing it. He doesn't do it much anymore because he does a lot of movies.
Oh, he did a lot of movies.
But anyway,
So, yeah.
within, I got $150,000.
That's hilarious.
Development deal.
What? 150,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
150 grand. I went from being broke
To
to 100
$150,000.
It was the craziest thing ever. And then from then, I
He
went
just
and did
used
that
their
show.
ability to like not be able to decide for themselves. Like, oh, somebody else likes you. Hold on.
Well, he was also pissed off because the executives at NBC or MTV rather, they had this idea, and the idea was that they had created stars. So they're like, they did it with Dennis Leary, and Dennis Leary left.
Yeah.
And so they're like, we're not going to do that again. Like, we create stars. If you come with us, it'll make you famous. We don't have to pay you. So they didn't
They
want to
still
pay
do
much
that.
money. Yeah.
It's still their thing. It's like, no, we make stars. Like, sometimes.
Not anymore.
The shows you
know.
remember.
Listen, that fucking boat has sailed. That boat is gone. It's not in the harbor. You can't even see it on the horizon. That's a joke. There's a million fucking cable channels now. The idea that your one network is valuable is preposterous. Back then, it was valuable because there weren't that many fucking channels. There was no History Channel, Discovery Channel, Sci-Fi, Spike TV.
Yeah.
All that shit didn't exist. So MTV,
Fucking Netflix now. There's Xbox is starting their own channel.
it's over. It's over. DirecTV has their own shows. Back then, it was like MTV had remote control, and MTV created Jenny McCarthy.
Remote.
Yep, and they
Control.
created Chris Hardwick. A lot of people forget that.
Oh, yeah. With that Jenny McCarthy show.
He was the fucking guy. He was on it with, and for the longest time, Jenny McCarthy was the famous one, and Chris Hardwick was the one that nobody knew who the fuck he was, and he
Wow,
vanished.
now he's humongous.
Now Chris Hardwick is balling
going
because
on
of the
that Oddball tour.
podcast world.
Yeah.
He's took over the podcast world.
And the nerds.
That's Chris Hardwick
yeah.
with Jenny McCarthy and some chick who's got a nice ass. Very nice.
Carmen Electra.
Pow! That's what I'm
yeah.
talking about. That's a booty for the ages. son.
Carmen Electra was on that show?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Look at Chris Hardwick there.
Yeah. This is all when I was an open micer. This shit was going on.
He had a good
man.
joke when we were in open mics together, when he was still drinking. He goes, this weekend I learned something. At a wedding, it's never okay to spill beer on a baby.
Ooh. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. What was that other show? MTV Remote Control. Remember that?
Yeah, remote control. That made Colin Quinn.
Yeah.
Adam
Was that-
Sandler.
It didn't really, though. It made Adam Sandler. Colin Quinn, people didn't know who he was.
It
for
didn't
a
even really make
long
them. Saturday
time.
Night Live made them. It got them known to be on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
It got them a little fame.
Where's Ken Ober? Remember that guy?
Yeah.
He was
Did he
the,
do remote control?
Oh, he died.
Oh, congratulations.
He died in 2009. Wow.
Fucking
Damn.
Verizon will not turn on my internet service
Wow.
in New York.
Died. It's 52. Complaining of headaches, chronic chest pain, flu-like symptoms.
Really?
Yeah. Wow.
Heart attack?
I don't know, man. That's fucked. Look at Colin Quinn there. Holy shit.
Where is he?
On the far right.
Oh,
Who's the guy
Jesus.
laying down?
Probably contestant, maybe.
Wow.
don't
That's
know.
crazy. Remote control. That was another big MTV show. And it was supposed to be taking place in like Ken Ober's basement. Like that the idea was that his parents had a basement and he always wanted to have his own show, so he put a show together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, something
That's
like
hilarious.
Yeah.
that. Yeah. They had a show with the chick from the Brady Bunch. It was a talk show called Ober and Olson.
Really?
Yeah. Dennis Leary was on Remote Control too. That's what launched him.
Wow.
Yeah. And then MTV started doing these things with him. All these little
other
promo
things.
clips. It's hilarious promo
Yeah, let
clips.
him rant.
Yeah. And that's sort of what made him. And then, his,
Yeah, I remember
his
those.
Showtime special, whatever it was. Showtime, HBO, whatever the fuck is special. Look at that fucking Adam Girl. Or,
Sandler.
Adam Sandler. Look at the girl's hair behind him. That's even
Wow.
more interesting.
That's like from his show, that 80s show, The Wedding Singer.
God damn, the 80s were weird. That is so weird. Look at the 80s, man.
Yeah.
What year was this shit?
89, I think.
1987.
87.
Don't guess, son. You're in front of a fucking
1989,
computer.
I think. Yeah.
How dare you?
I'm looking at a picture.
But don't guess. Don't guess. Always look. It was in syndication, 89 to 90.
Really?
Yeah. It ran for 5 seasons from 87 to 1990. They had 5 seasons in 3 years. I don't know how you do that, but
MTV seasons.
yeah. MTV's first
89.
original non-musical program. Wow.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm. New episodes were made for first-run syndication.
How do you
from
convince an
89 to
executive, like,
90.
hey, I want to do something on your network that you just don't do?
I don't know.
And
Well,
now,
they
now
probably
that
wanted
they don't
to-
do any music.
Break it up a little bit. The people that I talked to that were over there, they wanted to break it up a bit. Oh, you know who it also made?
Who?
Carrie Werrer.
So I'm looking at here.
You remember her? Carrie Werrer. She is still hot. She's 47.
Well, that picture hasn't aged.
Yeah. Look at the picture.
That's her now?
No, that's her from back then. But if you see, there's a picture of her now on Wikipedia.
God, she's cute.
She's still hot. She's got that sexy MILF thing going on. Kapow, kapow.
Says in shape. Game review.
Is that her now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
That's
like
her today? Damn, still in shape.
Still in shape.
Powerful carry. Were
Her?
her. I was on Politically Incorrect with her.
Oh, really?
Way back in the day. Like in 1990 something, I think. I think it was like, I want to say, I want to say it was the Fear Factor days, but it might have been before that. It might have been the news radio days. I'm not even sure. I know I was on at least once. Yeah, there's Carrie.
Oh, wow.
Carrie.
I don't even know who she is. I don't remember her at all.
She's hot as fuck, dude.
Lucky back in the news radio days.
Sexy as fuck. Yeah. Full head of hair. Almost.
Yeah.
Almost full. I'm starting to go.
You always
by
wear
that.
those kind of shirts too.
I love those big
Over
funky
the
shirts.
elbow.
Yeah,
a little bit of color.
that I think was the news radio days, and then after that was the I did it again on Fear Factor.
Oh, that shirt?
No, that show.
Oh,
Politically Incorrect.
Oh.
That was before
Yeah,
he got in
Politically
trouble.
Incorrect.
Remember, he got
Bill
in
Maher.
trouble for saying that we're cowards for fucking
Yeah.
launching
That's
missiles.
why I lost respect for him.
Why'd you lose respect for him?
Not for that.
Because he didn't stand up for it?
No, because when I saw him this first show on HBO afterwards, he like cursed and he goes, "This is why we wanted to come here. This is why we wanted to get off network and come here." And it's like, bitch, you got thrown off. Quit pretending like you were responsible for that. You begged for your job back.
What are you dude, he's a rebel. The fuck are you talking about? Do you not know he's a rebel?
He's irreverent. That's what I like about him the most. His irreverence.
Dude, he's a rebel. Okay.
Fucking Verizon made me
Rebel.
wait 3 times all day long for goddamn technicians who never showed up.
What does that have to do with Carrie Werwer?
Nothing. I just keep thinking about it.
You're all angry, bro.
I'm supposed to come on Saturday.
Verizon?
Verizon Internet.
Are you you're really angry at them right now?
Yeah, it's the worst. And you call them, you're like, so I get so angry at like the customer service. I know they're not to blame, but it's like, fucking, what time are they going to be? Stop saying you're sorry. Stop it. It's an insult. 3 days I've given up, just waiting there for people who don't show up. No, so I really guarantee you it'll be done. It'll be on by 5 p.m. today.
You're very upset. Dude, you know how you go to someone's page and you you know them on Twitter, but then they don't follow you and you get sad?
Yeah.
That's what I just went to Carrie Werwer's page.
Really?
She's not, but I'm not following her, so.
You just remembered her for the first time in 20 years.
Listen, easy. I'm trying to be nice.
Are you looking at her recent pics?
No, I just followed her on Twitter.
Put up her recent pics.
Put them up?
Yeah.
She's pretty, man.
Yeah, let me see.
She's hanging in there. You know what? I saw a TV show the other day, and Wonder Woman was on it.
Oh, you can't put them. Oh, really?
Linda Carter.
How is she?
Time is a motherfucker, dude.
Oh.
Time's a motherfucker. Time is such a motherfucker. Linda Carter.
Time. See what's become of me.
Yeah. Look what's become of her. You ever
Yeah.
see that chick?
Oh, the Bengals girl?
Yeah.
No.
Not so good.
Really?
Oh, no. I'm confused. She's actually still pretty. For whatever reason,
Hoff?
I associated her with Grace Slick from Jefferson Starship.
The tall black lady?
No, that's Grace Jones.
Oh, yeah.
That was the one who
Dated
dated
Flavor Flav?
Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
No. She didn't date Flavor Flav. You got your shit all
Didn't she
confused.
eventually-
No. Flavor Flav was the girl who used to be married to Sylvester Stallone.
Who's that?
Brigitte Nielsen, yeah.
Oh.
She was the one who dated Flavor Flav.
Yeah.
You're confusing everybody, man.
I barely know you, actors. I barely fucking know you. That's your legacy.
Grace Slick was the lead singer of Jefferson Starship.
I did get a lot of those mixed up.
Yeah. Grace Slick was hot at one point in time. And then time's a motherfucker, dude.
Yeah.
Time doesn't wait. Time gives no fucks. Time keeps swinging. Even if you're down, time kicks you.
It was
Pisses on
cool
you.
being, let's wrap it up, but this is a comeback to the beginning. It was cool
Okay.
being at that Forbidden City and the Great Wall of China and touching these walls. You're like, this has been here for a long time.
Yeah, what did that feel like?
It just was this cool connection to the past. I mean, it's not real, but I just imagine this like emperors have been by here and touched this.
How about the Mongols? They built it to fucking fight off the steppe people. That's what they did. They built it to separate.
Imagine walking through the forest, trudging and marching through the forest, up and down mountains, these mountainy forests, and then you're getting not even close to like their land, and then all of a sudden you're like, what? It's a giant wall?
That you can see from space.
How do we get the horses up there? I'll go around. You march 3 miles. Like, well, guys, do we even know which way's the end of this? There's no end.
How long is that wall? Look at you, you sexy bitch with no shirt, holding the fucking Chinese flag.
Yeah.
Respect.
I love taking my shirt off
Respect.
there. They do this thing called Chinese bikini. They just tuck this up, and the men walk around like that.
Why did you like taking your shirt off?
I love taking my shirt off.
Why
Get a
not?
little sun in me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, keep your clothes on. Don't get weird with me here. So
Yeah, I walked out to the top spots where people like stop walking, and then this one guy's like, "You go another this many kilometers, that's like Tower 23. It's as far as you can go." And I was like, "Fine, I guess I'm doing it."
So you walked all the way to the end.
It was so hot and so humid, and so many steps, irregular shaped steps. It was so hard,
How long is the Great Wall? Like, what is the total
dude.
distance?
We got up somewhere. Near where there's a toboggan to get down.
Okay, let's find out.
But yeah, it's the only man-made object viewable from space.
The Great Wall of China. Jesus Christ.
5,500 miles.
That's insane. Is that right?
5,000 what?
5,500 miles? Is that right?
Longer than the United States of America. It goes up and gets windy too. It goes up and over things.
Is that really right?
Maybe.
Oh my God.
What kind of undertaking was that?
That's like some pyramid level shit, right?
How
if
many
you really think
deaths
about it.
Yeah.
It's 8,850 kilometers, which is 5,000.
And it's not just a straight up wall. There's ways to stand on it. There's battlements that you can stick your arrow through and fire down without getting shot.
Christ.
It's all built well.
That's so crazy. I didn't know it was that long.
It goes on forever.
I figured it was like 100 miles. That's what I thought in my head. I was like, 100 miles. Probably.
That seems like long enough.
That's the not so great wall.
That's a wall.
Look how far it goes. That's crazy. Oh my God. We're looking at a map right now. It's Greater Great Wall. That's what it says. Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Length
A
announced by
greater Great
China in
Wall.
2009. Extended sections.
They're making it bigger, I guess.
What?
Yeah.
Why would they keep building a wall?
They do this a lot where they go, we're going to redo all this stuff. We're going to upkeep it. And they just replace the wood. They replace the stuff. They just like, as if someone was still living here, we're just going to keep it going.
Wow. That's weird.
And it shows like date built and then date renovated will be like 45 years ago.
Right, but why would they extend it?
I don't know. Make it more of I don't know.
Is it a tourist trap? Is that what it is? They're extending it for
More tourist traps?
Yeah.
I went outside Beijing. Wow.
What else
Jesus.
Why else would they do that? That doesn't make any sense. Did you know that South Korea was smushed up against China like that?
Where's
Look at that.
Oh.
Right over there.
Jeez.
That's an insane. Look, it's so much bigger than Korea. It's fucking huge. I can't believe the wall was that big. Maybe they just hate Pink Floyd.
Tear
like,
down
don't tell
the
me.
wall. No, I
No,
won't.
I'm
I'll
not
build it
tearing
up.
down shit. I'm gonna
I'll
keep
build it
building.
up.
I'm gonna
Even
keep
years after this is relevant as a
keep
defense force.
Building, fuck you. Did you ever see the renovations they're doing to the Sphinx?
No, what are they doing?
It's kind of sad.
Putting their nose back on?
No, they fix up the feet and shit, and they're patching up the body, but they're not really. What they're doing is they're building their own version of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they're covering over the Sphinx, like they're making
yeah.
the feet all smooth. Like Jamie, pull up.
The actual
Pictures
stone
of that.
has something to it.
Yeah,
Like,
fuck
this
yeah,
is what's
it
been
does.
here, not the design.
Yeah.
This is what's been here, this object.
It's just a really soft stone, and it's like it's all worn out and shit. It's thousands
Let
of
it
years
fall
old.
down.
Yeah, no shit, but they don't do that. They
See how long it lasts on its own.
look at these pictures because it's kind of gross because what they're doing
see
is they're making the feet all smooth and shit, and like where
Really?
the paws are was totally irregular.
Jamie, let's go to the videotape.
I'm trying.
Survey says. What do you?
I found a page and it was an Egyptian and
Just look up images. Do a Google search on images. As
Jamie, instead of failing, why don't you not fail?
How about you don't fail, you fucker? Look at see the right hand corner. Look,
Yeah.
that shit is all just renovation. That's not what the feet originally looked like.
What is it? What do they go over it?
See all those little bricks?
Yeah.
It was originally carved out of one unique set of stone.
Oh, they're just putting new bricks on.
Yes, they're smoothing it all out. It was what's called a yardang. What a yardang is something that comes up out of the desert and then they shape it. It's like it comes up out of the ground, like a rock structure would be
This
a
is
yardang.
just bricks.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's so stupid. Like back. See if you can get some other photos of it. You can see the
See
full.
what it was like before.
Yeah. See if there's that. But there's a full image of the Sphinx where you could see it from a distance, and you get a real sense of like that one in the right hand corner. You get a real sense of what a travesty that is. What they're doing is really kind of fucked up because what they're doing is
It's just too bad.
they're making their own shit. Like those feet are not the original Sphinx
Yeah,
feet. They're
no,
all
they're not.
smooth and bricks all over him. The rest of the Sphinx used to be like everything below the head, all jacked up, and
Sphinx.
fucked
Why
up.
did they make the Sphinx? Ward off some like demon or something?
No. Well, the thinking is rather that originally it was a lion, and that one of the pharaohs was like, "Fuck that lion head, make that shit my head," because the face is fairly African. So they believe that it took place after the Nubians conquered Egypt, because there were two different types of people that were ruling Egypt.
Wow.
There were the Sephardic people, the original Egyptian people, which are always depicted as, like Arab-looking folks. Like Cleopatra was always depicted that way, or,
Arabic a little bit.
Yeah.
Stacey Dash.
Well, they actually look kind of strange, Like, have you ever seen, like, what Tutankhamun really looked like? A recreation of Tutankhamun?
No.
Ooh, it's weird. He had
What
a
did it look
weird head, man. He's got he had like an elongated
Sinbad?
skull. His whole family had elongated skulls, and they had sculptures that were drawn of him.
Whoa.
That was a recreation of what he looked like. But that doesn't look as weird as when you see a side profile. So you find out he died super young too. I think he died like
Tutankhamun?
like 17 or 18
Oh.
or something. But like, look at what his skull
Whoa.
looked like. Like they were freaks, man.
Damn.
Yeah. And I don't remember who his father was. See if you can find out who his father. I think his father was. I want to say Tutmosis, but I might be wrong.
Oh.
But whoever his father was,
Looks like the chicken from Kids in the Hall.
Yeah,
Akhenaten. Yeah, that was what it was. And Akhenaten had this very strangely shaped head, and they have these sculptures that were created of Akhenaten. And I mean, he looks like a goddamn alien.
Wow.
Look at it. Look at what he looked like. Look at his
Whoa.
fucking head. And they don't know if whether or not that was a result of head binding.
Oh,
or
yeah, maybe it was that.
Could be, but it also could be some weird genetic, issue that some of those guys had, and that's one of the reasons why they headbound in the first place, to try to recreate that. That it might have been.
Oh, right.
Like some people have like strange lips, some people have big jaws, some people have, they might have just naturally had weird shaped heads, and they became bad motherfuckers, and then they all interbred. There was a lot of that going on. Royal blood fucking other royal blood.
Some player at Florida State had a head like that. Bob Sura, maybe.
That way?
Yeah, it was all weird in the back. It looked like the alien from,
See if you can
from
pull up a
enemy,
picture.
enemy Mine.
Look at that head. Hold on. Was that?
That's the skull of
That's his real head?
Cotton.
Wow.
Tutankhamun.
That's Tutankhamun. Is that Tutankhamun or Akhenaten?
Tutankhamun.
The JPEG says it's Akhenaten.
Was Tutankhamun Akhenaten? Was that not the same guy?
No.
That's a crazy fucking head, though. Look at his
Yeah.
head. It's like an extra 3 inches wide, or long, rather.
Yeah, just stop right there.
So strange. So who was the dude?
No, it wasn't Bob Sura. It was the black one.
Pull
I got it
up
wrong.
Black Bob Sura's head.
No, it wasn't.
No.
It was this black player that he played with at Florida State that went to the pros afterwards, and he shaved his head. Fuck, I forgot where he played.
And he had a crazy shaped head?
Crazy shaped head.
What would you do if you had a crazy shaped head and you had your head
Not
shaved?
shave my head.
But what if you had to? What if you're a black guy and you're going bald? Black guys can't rock like the side, like,
Yeah.
doesn't, you can't have side hair and bald on top.
It looked
looks
like a
goofy.
Christmas wreath.
Doesn't look good.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I don't know.
Do you think they do something about that? They put like implants in there to shape the back of your head better?
No.
Well, think about all the shit that they do. Think about all the shit they do for like the.
Straighten their hair.
I read an article recently about South Korea.
Yeah.
And the thing about South
Eyeballs?
Korea. Oh my God,
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's so common
Yeah,
that
they do it in China too.
girls are getting their eyeballs done. It's like a rite of passage.
You got to cut them so you can have an over lip on your eyebrows, on your like eyelashes, whatever that's called, eyelids.
Overlip?
It's like ours fold over.
Oh yeah.
Theirs don't fold over.
Oh shit.
So they want to get them to look like they fold over. So they get this surgery.
What do they look like with their eyes closed?
I think normal with their eyes closed, and then when it's up, it's like there's no like lip. You know how they like folds over on the top.
Yeah. In South Korea.
I think
it's
Bobby's
super
mom
fun.
got that surgery.
Bobby Lee?
Yeah, she's Korean. Boom.
Oh my God.
Boom. That proves it.
Why doesn't Bobby get it done? How weird would that be if all of a sudden Bobby Lee had these crazy like
Like what weird eyes? Like
anime
your
eyes.
eyes don't belong on you.
Sam Cassell.
Sam
What's
Cassell. That's it. Pull up Sam Cassell.
Sam Cassell's head?
Yeah. See the one that won a Heisman and still played basketball? That was Charlie Ward.
Yeah.
Put up Sam Cassell's head. Yeah, side angle of Cassell.
Look at this shit.
Yeah, it gets rid of their things.
Before and after.
Wow.
Let me see. Pull up a picture of that dude's face. Or a head, rather. It's hard to tell in that picture. Did you pull up
Sorry.
Sam Cassell's head?
Specifically, I'll do this head one.
Yeah, do a Google search, son. Learn how to internet. Isn't this ridiculous?
Yeah.
Did an amazing job.
Well, their whole
Imagine?
face.
Yeah.
Everything about her face was different.
Well, yeah. I mean, she became super hot.
Oh.
So I guess it's worth it. It's like one of the rare instances where some of these,
Just George Mura's own head.
it's super effective. Some of these girls,
You gotta get a little more back, but that still looks
that's
the start of it.
pretty Akhenaten.
Yeah.
That's pretty nuts.
Sam
That's a
Cassell.
weird head. That's a weird fucking head, man. That was a weird head, son. Look at this one. You want to see a crazy one?
Yeah.
Look at this South Korean transformation. I mean, this is bad. Look at this.
But I thought you were showing me that.
Look at this.
Wow. Wow. She went to what? To wow.
Yeah, look at that.
What? That's crazy.
Pull up some.
She looks like an old lady. And then she
know.
looks like an amazing 24-year-old.
Yep. She looked disgusting and then hot. And it's clearly, if you see the jawline, it's clearly the same woman. They must have done a lot of shit on her. Look up South Korea eye surgery, and you can see that image. There's a bunch of them, man. It's super common.
What's it called? There's a phrase for it. Sankapul?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Wow.
Whoa, that's nuts.
She got rid of her chin.
She's a dime. Note
She
how
looks-
I use the word dime, like I'm a black
Yeah,
guy.
like you talked to Ian Edwards.
Yeah, I'm a dime, son.
She looks like she has Down syndrome in the first one. And then she looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
She looks like Down syndrome.
Wow. Yeah, there's a whole website dedicated. It's called 30 Startling Before and After South Korean Plastic Surgery Pictures.
Wow.
It's like an advertisement for plastic surgery. I guess that's why it's so common. Look at that. Look at that one.
Wow.
Because it works.
Change your life.
Yeah, really. I mean, all of a sudden, did you hear about that one guy who sued his wife because his
what?
kids were ugly? It turned out that she had gotten plastic
surgery. Wow.
That's rude. I think he won too. Yeah. Hold on. Man sues wife because kids were ugly, and we'll end with this. Yeah. Yeah, we're ugly.
Oh, wow. The dudes look good too.
Whoa. Yeah, he looks a lot better. Holy shit. That's incredible. Man successfully sues wife over ugly children.
Successfully. What country? America?
Fuck no, son.
Okay.
Please.
Spain?
A Chinese man divorced his wife and sued her for giving birth to what he called extremely ugly baby girl. At first, he thought his wife had cheated on him because there was no way a good-looking guy like him could have or even produce such an unattractive
Is that a
baby.
real article?
Yeah, it's the same lady. That was the image, actually. It was her. That was her.
What's that
was-
from? Arabia.msn.
It was MSN.
Yeah.
And then they showed the image of the chick, and then the image of the kids, and the image of the woman. She was stupid hot at the end. Look at how hot she was. She's there with him. So he thought he had like the super hottie.
Golly. Oh, look at those ugly kids. Look at those fucking ugly kids. Their mouths go down.
Oh, they're fucking kids.
Oh.
How rude. Can't he take them in for a little chop and snip? And
Oh, yeah.
Can't do it to babies, though.
Oh, because they'll grow out of it.
It'll fuck them up. Imagine the nightmare, what an asshole you'd have to be to give plastic surgery to a baby.
Look at this fat little son.
Isn't that weird, man? That's so weird that people
Fat
are
little
doing that.
Frown face smile son.
They're doing it so much that it's changing the way like they envision a woman should look. So much so that it's like
can just change
super
it.
common.
Wow.
Super common. Weird, right?
Yeah.
It's just such a strange thing. And so oddly effective, too. South Korea now has the highest number of surgeries performed per capita, overtaking Brazil as the plastic surgery capital of the world.
Brazil's all ass implants. No, they don't need any of them.
They
Ass
don't need 'em.
reductions.
Probably. South Korean women have become so immersed in Western celebrity culture that double eyelid surgery, that's what it's called, which creates the Caucasian crease many Asians don't naturally have, has become as common as going to the dentist.
Wow. Okay, I got to go to sleep.
Common as
dying.
going to the dentist. Think about that. I want you to jerk off and think about plastic surgery in South Korea. Meanwhile, the doctor that does it,
Yeah.
Asian as fuck looking.
Yeah. Can't do it to himself.
Nope, he's not interested.
Doesn't trust anyone else with lesser talent than him.
It's like, this is stupid. These people are crazy.
There's no reason for it. I can
I'll
do
take the money
beautifully.
and blend in. Debunked. It's debunked.
Probably false.
It rang untrue to me.
Well, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's probably false. I feel like I just got ripped off. What did you get that from? What debunked it?
The way he was quoting too casually. I'm no way with a good-looking man like me.
Yeah, probably you're right. Damn it, motherfuckers. Ari Shaffir, where can the ladies and gentlemen see you doing your stand-up?
Well, I'll be in Calgary in September, middle of September at Yuck Yucks, and I guess I'll be in Chicago
Calgary, Yuck Yucks. I heard
for
it's
one
the
date on the
shit.
26th.
Calgary's fun, dude.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Didn't
Stampede
you
town.
do Calgary with me? Did we do
A few times.
Fun times.
Saw your rise there.
Those are fucking animals. My rise?
Yeah, it's like even like 2 years. You sold out, but like you had trouble selling out that place. And next year, no press, sold out 2 shows.
Oh, that's right.
was
That's
like 2
right.
years later.
Were there those
Jack-
people
the
behind
Jack
us?
something?
Remember? Jack Singer?
Jack Singer, yeah.
That was crazy. There's people behind us, remember? Like they were up above.
Oh
We
yeah.
had to turn around and wave to them. Like, all right.
Was that there? Was that one?
Yeah. That was
yeah.
also the place where they oversold it and they didn't know what to
oversold.
do. So they put seats
of
on
seats
the
on the floor.
stage.
Yeah.
On the stage.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You remember?
Yeah.
And
like
like
it's a giant stage. We don't need all that room.
but they were going to not do it. They were going to give those people their money back and send them home. And so I said, well, I don't like, that's okay. Like
Yeah.
if you want to seat them on the stage, you can seat them on the stage. And so there was like a powwow and a meeting and they go, okay, we're going to put
They
the
just
seats on
ran
the
out
stage.
chairs out there.
And there was like 200 fucking people on the stage.
Good Canadian unions. They fucking
Yeah.
got that shit set up in no
How many
time.
people were on the stage? There was a lot of goddamn people on the stage. There
It
was
was at
several
least
rows.
150, maybe 200
There was madness.
on the stage.
That was fun, man. Calgary's good. Those towns like Edmonton, Calgary, like there's a lot of oil money. Those
Yeah.
fucking folks have a lot of oil
They
money.
know how to party.
And they party. They party hard. They go hard.
Yeah.
We did Lloydminster. Lloydminster is like a mining town,
Really?
hours from Edmonton.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's like they look at Edmonton like, oh, look at him up in the city.
Yeah.
We were we did a show in a hockey rink.
Really?
Yeah, Callan, Tony Hinchcliffe, and me in a hockey rink in Lloydminster. Had a great fucking time. Sound system was kind of dog shit. It was threw me off a little bit.
Yeah.
It was tough because it was echoing a lot, and I was on the side when Callan was on
So you could
stage.
hear it not being clear.
I couldn't hear him.
Damn.
I was on the side, and I could barely understand what he was saying, and I knew his act.
Man, sound
The people in
matters.
front got it good. Fuck yeah, it matters.
People want to be like, no, the crowd's here to have a good time. It's like, I know, and you're not making them have as good a time.
As good a time as they could. All they had to do was set it up a little bit better. Put speakers in some different areas. But now we know. They don't do shows up there.
Yeah, it's a thing. They're trying to figure it out.
Yeah. You met Harvey, the
Yeah.
promoter guy?
Yeah, I met Harvey.
He's a good dude. So
Yeah.
we did it up there with him. All right. This fucking show's over, Ari Shaffir. This is the second of 2 podcasts we did today.
It's nice seeing you again, man.
It's great
Been a
seeing
while.
you always, brother. It was fun.
Hey, I sold that couch, so we got to go to dinner sometime soon. It was
The original couch from the original Joe Rogan Experience podcast, I gave it to Ari years ago. He kept it in his
It's
apartment.
great. It was the nicest thing in my apartment for
Very nice
5
couch.
years easy.
It's a very nice couch.
Yeah.
And so then some dude bought it.
Yeah.
How much you get for that fucking thing?
$540 or something.
Holy shit,
We're
was it
going to
an
a nice
auction?
place. Yeah, on
Ooh,
eBay.
Dude, let's go to like Morton's.
Yeah, something really
How about a
nice.
steak and a glass of wine like gentlemen.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right,
There you go.
follow Ari on Twitter, Ari Shaffir, ARISHAFFIR. And you can also get his stand-up comedy. You have 2 stand-up comedy CDs that are available, 2 comedy specials that are available.
No, I have one. Now Chill went down, so passive aggressive. I guess Comedy Central's going to buy it and put it up.
What went down?
Chill, the website that did mine and Maria's and Proops's.
So you can't buy it anywhere now?
Can't buy it right now.
What?
Yeah.
So Revenge for the Holocaust is still out.
But there are illegal downloads that you can
Oh,
find.
good.
If you go to Views Player and put in passive aggressive Ari Shaffir, you can probably find a seed for it.
But Revenge for the Holocaust is
That's
still
the CD
out.
is out. Yes.
That's out. And the other one is not out.
not out.
God damn.
Yeah.
Passive aggressive is just out there in the ether somewhere.
We're getting it up.
So you give, but right now they got the green light
Yeah.
to hit the torrents.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Beautiful green light.
Yeah.
Powerful green light. All right.
Oh, and I have a storyteller show on Monday at
Oh,
Union Hall, but there's only like
shit.
40 seats. So
New York?
Yeah, New York.
Oh, beautiful.
Miss Pat's doing it.
Oh shit, Miss Pat's gonna be on the
And Big J.
podcast.
Oh, you're gonna love her.
Yeah,
You're gonna
I
love her.
keep hearing that, man. She's gonna be on the podcast on I think
She's such a nice, warm, fucking
29th, Tuesday the 29th.
Really?
Yeah, July 29th.
awesome.
All right, you dirty fucks. We love the shit out of you. We appreciate you very much, and I appreciate it even more after being gone for a week. I enjoyed this. This is an awesome day. All right, we'll be back tomorrow with the dude from Unbox Therapy and lots of podcasts coming up. Fight Companion on Saturday. Brendan Schaub and me gonna watch the fights together. All right, much love, big kiss. See you soon. Mwah. Oh, and my sponsors are awesome. Ting, Rogan.ting.com.